It's official. Maroon 5, they're going to be headlining the Super Bowl halftime in Atlanta. So there's a lot talking about who Maroon 5 was going to bring in, how are they going to make this thing work, who's going to say yes in lieu of a lot of people boycotting because of the Colin Kaepernick situation. Well, Travis Scott has agreed to perform. He's set to be a part of the list, as well as, get ready for it, they are going to have some Atlanta flavor. Big Boy, half parts of Outkast is going to be involved as well. So you guys feeling this move from Maroon 5 and the additions that they have made?
Not really, no, not really. I mean, the Maroon 5 wasn't enough to get me excited.
Really?
These other performers joining him, I just am not that into it. I feel like usually it's this huge name. I love a good female pop singer, a Beyonce, a Lady Gaga, even if you're gonna do an ensemble like, remember the Aerosmith and Britney Spears and everyone like back in the day. I feel like it's not that exciting of a lineup personally. Would Travis be here without Kylie Jenner? Don't know.
I agree with you.
Yeah, I think they've had, so obviously they've had difficulty because of all the Colin Kaepernick controversy. But I think that they have struggled to find artists, big names that would actually
100%.
do it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely a tough situation. So I'm glad to see that they got more diversity and they got that Atlanta influence we talked about.
Yeah, they satisfied the Atlanta influence.
Atlanta is a huge music industry. It has a huge music industry, and they've contributed a lot to the music industry. So I'm happy to see that represented. Travis Scott did say that he was going to be, he along with the NFL are going to be partnering, making a donation to Dream Corps, which is an organization that focuses on justice issues. It focuses on reducing jail populations and creating career opportunities for communities. So I do like the fact that Travis Scott is not ignoring what's happening in our country and the Colin Kaepernick controversy, and just trying to do something different. Like, this is even maybe even better than a protest. Protests are important, but where's the action, the follow-up behind it?
But I will be ignoring this halftime simply
Really?
because it's not going to do it for me. There's not a big enough name. Adam Levine of Maroon 5 is talented, but not talented enough to garner my attention for this.
Yeah.
I think they had a chance to maybe get some big time wins. If it was Outkast, both guys from Outkast, not just Big Boy, then I'd probably be in.
Yeah, you do kind of, it is a duo.
Yeah, but Big Boy is one of the biggest names in Atlanta music, so they did get that. However, it's not enough. Travis Scott is a non-entity to me.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some of his songs I guess I could name, but Travis Scott's not going to get the crowd that's mid-30s and up.
So
I mean, there's a lot of people that aren't listening to Travis Scott.
Are you going to change the channel when the halftime show comes on?
I'm going to get up. I'm going to socialize, make some calls, talk about what's going on in the first half.
Make some more taco dip.
Yeah, I'll call my
snacks
boys.
rolling.
Call my boys. Say, why isn't Khalil Mack and the Bears in this thing? This is ridiculous. We should be in this Super Bowl.
Hopefully next year.
I think this is going to go down as one of the worst halftimes. I'm just going to predict it right now.
It's just,
We talk about
exciting.
Twitter. Twitter's going to be ruthless.
Maybe we'll get a surprise guest. That's my hope. Maybe someone will come in at the last minute.
Kylie Jenner.
If Cardi B came, you know, like if she just came for that one feature on Girls Like You, I would be there. I would be so excited to watch it.
Well, Maroon 5 didn't go that route because I think they thought Cardi B would probably steal all the shine if she had come into that thing.
She would, but someone needs to steal the shine.
But she did. She
not
said
fair.
she wasn't going to do it because of Kaepernick, right?
True.
I think Cardi B pulled out
Yeah,
because of Kaepernick.
yeah, exactly right. Many of us know and love this 1988 blockbuster comedy. If you don't know what I'm talking about, take a look.
But where in New York can one find a woman with grace, elegance, taste, and culture? A woman suitable for a king? Queens.
There it is. Get the chills watching. Paramount Pictures has announced, this is a huge announcement, there will be a sequel to that movie that you just saw right there. That was Coming to America 2 on your way to theaters at some point here in the near future. Eddie Murphy's officially signed on to play his role as Prince Hakeem. What do we think, everybody? Is a sequel necessary for this? Are you excited?
Amazing. This is amazing.
Yeah.
This movie is iconic. To see it go to sequel number 2, I'm definitely tuned in. I'm really curious to know what actors are going to be in it. The fact that I am a little nervous, the fact that he's going to be Prince Hakeem. I thought maybe he'd be King Hakeem. Maybe his son will come along or something like that. So I'm just anxious to see who's going to be casted in it.
Reboots make me so nervous, especially because like the humor has changed so much, even just in the last 10 years, let alone since 1988. I don't know. It makes me nervous. Like, I feel like we all want these reboots. We think we want them. this is a weird example, but Dumb and Dumber, one of my favorite movies of all
the
time.
sequel was
Love
terrible.
it so much. The sequel, and then the other sequel, really awful, and I just want to pretend that it never happened. So I hope that people will be satisfied by it, but with every sequel, it's like, oh,
I've got the
I'm not
antidote.
sure.
I've got the antidote to your argument
What?
there. Bad Boys, great movie, right?
Yes.
Bad Boys 2, some would argue, was even greater.
I would argue that.
I would disagree, but that shows you how good the sequel was. So to
Yeah.
me,
What do you think the key is, though?
I think the key is Eddie Murphy, and I'll tell you why Eddie Murphy, because Eddie Murphy, how many bad movies has Eddie Murphy done over the years just for that cash grab? And he hasn't really been the Eddie Murphy that everybody knew in the 80s, coming up with the stand-up and the blockbuster hits. Dr. Dolittle was probably one of his more recent, and that was like over a decade ago. So for me to see Eddie Murphy get back to the old Eddie Murphy, and hopefully they keep it authentic, I think it's going to be huge. I think
Yeah.
this is going to be a really big blockbuster, and I think it's going to deliver.
Oh, I do have a
Arsenio's going to
name
be in
for
this,
you.
right? They haven't
I
said
hope
yet.
so.
Arsenio's got to be
I
in
hope
it.
so. So I do have a name for you, Kenya Barris. She's the creator of Blackish,
Okay.
which is on ABC hit show. It's done amazing. She's going to write the screenplay. So in my opinion, a lot of bad movies that you see, it usually starts with the script. It usually starts with bad writing. And so I think if she's going to put this together, it has strong potential to be
Yeah,
really
Blackish
good.
is great. I
Yeah.
can't recall a
Yeah.
bad Blackish episode. Love the storylines, love the writing in that, and love the execution from the
Yeah,
actors.
which
and
has the
actresses.
modern humor, so maybe it will be a good mix.
That's
Yeah.
a good point, though.
Yeah.
The humor has changed in what you can and
Also,
can't say.
yeah. Also, I can't change gears here yet, yet without mentioning Mike P's never seen Coming to America. Everybody,
Get him, Twitter.
How embarrassing
Twitter,
is that?
Get him.
he should be truly ashamed. Mike, you got anything to say for yourself?
I'll be contacting your mother.
my
Made
gosh,
it to
you're on the
25
spot.
guys, and I haven't seen it, so I think I could do a couple more years, maybe another day.
He wasn't even alive then. Give him a
He's
break.
proud. He's
He
proud of
wasn't
this.
alive.
Mike P is proud of this. Everybody.
But a classic movie is a classic. There are a lot of movies we weren't alive for that we've seen. Like
No
it's a
excuse.
classic.
Go see it, Mike. All right, Nick, this next story, parents are going to love this one. I happen to. Nick Herbert, a father and inventor, created an app that can lock your teen's phone until they answer your text messages. Basically, your phone, it'll freeze your child's phone and sound an alarm in silent mode to force your teenager to stop doing whatever it is that they're doing in that moment. So like I said, I love this idea. What do you guys think?
I think this is important.
Yeah, it seems like a great idea. If your parents paying your phone bill and you're ignoring your parents, you're probably going to get cut off from that phone at some point soon. I think, like, especially when you're a kid, yeah, parents want to be able to contact you and know where you are, but it's the main purpose of it should be for safety, for like communicating with your parents. So if you don't do that, you probably shouldn't be Snapchatting.
Yeah, and for those people out there like, well, kids have rights too, and this is, it's an
not a
abomination
right.
of their rights. I'm here to tell you as a parent, kids don't have rights until they're paying their own bills
Yeah.
and they're doing their own things and they're supporting their own household. If I'm trying to locate my son and he's looking at his phone and ignoring it because he may be with another little young girl or he's out running the streets with his
Yeah.
buddies doing something bad and he's ignoring it,
Yeah.
how else am I going to get to him?
Bye.
I want
Cut
that
off.
phone locked up and I want him to say, hey, bud, you ain't going to ignore me. You're
Yeah.
not going to keep doing anything until you address your father
Yeah.
or your mother. And I think it's important. I think it's a great idea.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, it's supposed, like you said, it's supposed to be safety. That's the number one
Yeah.
reason why I think a lot of parents get a phone. But the phones today, they do so much, and there's so much freedom in the palm of your hand, and it's so much danger in the palm of your hand. So if you're not listening, if you're not contacting me back, I want to know where you are. I want to know if you're okay. I want to know what you're doing. I think parents today, they definitely need to know what these phones are capable, and I think they need to be monitoring them.
I would
Yeah,
be
absolutely.
spying on my kid's phone. for
Yeah,
sure.
I'm definitely doing
Yeah,
that.
but it's a necessary
Yeah.
thing. I wouldn't even call it a necessary evil. I just call it a necessary thing because of the evil that is out there and things that could potentially get him in trouble. Yeah, look, I was talking about, you make a good point there, Felicia. I was talking about if my son's out just trying to get in touch with him, but also if he's on certain things and I'm alerted to it on my phone, I'd want to shut that down
Yeah.
completely too. So that is probably one of the toughest things I would imagine parents are tasked with now as opposed to when we were coming
Yeah.
up
The
is
internet.
the internet, because there's so much unknown that you're battling there. And to be honest, I'm one of the more ignorant when it comes to technology. So I don't fully am aware of the capabilities of some of this stuff as I try to acclimate myself so I can be a stronger parent and prevent some of those things. But that's just a harsh reality.
And I think a lot of parents are in your position. Like if you're just not, if the technology is just not your thing, or if it has advanced so fast and so quickly, and you have like, I think about grandparents who are raising their kids. A lot of grandparents are raising children. Like they're just completely out of the loop with what's going on. And it's a full-time job to get up to date
Yeah,
on
I
the
agree.
cell phone and how to parent with a cell phone.
Yeah.
Another task.
Stranger danger. I feel like every parent should there should be something available where they can do like a little webinar or something where you just like figure out the basics to keep your kids safe.
We need more parenting
Phones
classes.
aren't going anywhere. They're
Yeah,
only
that's true.
evolving.